Hashtag, can you pretend to be my boyfriend for a day? She asked the mechanic, not knowing he was a CEO. Emma's hands trembled as she gripped the steering wheel, watching smoke billow from under her car's hood. Of all days for this to happen, the day of her sister's engagement party, where her ex would be flaunting his new girlfriend. Need some help? A deep voice startled her. She looked up to find a man in grease-stained coveralls, dark hair falling across kind eyes. His confident smile somehow made her panic subside. I think my engine just gave up on life, Emma sighed. And I'm supposed to be somewhere important in 2 hours. The stranger popped the hood, examining the damage with practiced ease. You've got a blown radiator hose. I can fix it, but it'll take 90 minutes. He glanced at her dress and heels. That somewhere important must be pretty special. Emma's shoulders slumped. My sister's engagement party. My family's been texting nonstop asking when I'm arriving. And my ex will be there with his perfect new girlfriend, probably pitying me for showing up alone again. The words tumbled out before she could stop them. Maybe it was his easy demeanor, or maybe she just needed to tell someone. He wiped his hands on a rag, studying her thoughtfully. What if you didn't show up alone? What do you mean? I could be your boyfriend for the day. His lips quirked into a mischievous smile. I clean up pretty well, I promise. And I'm an excellent fake boyfriend. Attentive, charming, makes exes regret their life choices. Emma laughed despite herself. You're serious? You'd do that for a stranger? Why not? I've got nothing better to do today. Plus, you look like you could use a win. He extended his hand. I'm Alexander, but call me Alex. Emma. She shook his hand, feeling a spark of something unexpected. Okay, fake boyfriend Alex. You've got yourself a deal. 90 minutes later, Emma barely recognized the man who emerged from the gas station bathroom. Gone were the coveralls, replaced by a perfectly tailored navy suit that hugged his athletic frame. His hair was styled back, and he'd somehow procured flowers from the shop next door. Ready, girlfriend? Alex offered his arm with a theatrical bow. The party was in full swing when they arrived. Emma's sister Rachel squealed with delight, pulling her into a hug. You made it! And who is this handsome mystery man? This is Alex, my boyfriend. The lie rolled off her tongue smoother than expected, especially with Alex's warm hand on her lower back. Her mother appeared instantly, eyes gleaming with curiosity. Boyfriend? Emma, you've been holding out on us. Alex turned on the charm effortlessly, complimenting her mother's dress and congratulating Rachel with genuine warmth. He remembered names, laughed at her uncle's terrible jokes, and held Emma close like they'd been together for years. Then her ex, Marcus, appeared with his girlfriend Tiffany clinging to his arm. Emma! You actually came! His eyes swept over Alex with barely concealed surprise. And you brought someone, Marcus. Emma felt Alex's arm tighten protectively around her waist. This is Alex, my boyfriend. Pleasure, Alex said smoothly, his tone pleasant but his gaze sharp. Emma's told me so much about you. The subtle emphasis on you made Marcus shift uncomfortably. For the next hour, Emma watched in amazement as Alex masterfully handled every social situation. He twirled her onto the dance floor, whispered jokes that made her genuinely laugh, and looked at her with such convincing adoration that even she almost believed it. You're really good at this, Emma murmured as they swayed to a slow song. Maybe it's not all pretend, Alex replied softly, his eyes searching hers. Before Emma could respond, her phone buzzed. A text from her sister. Emma, I just Googled your boyfriend. We need to talk, now. Confused, Emma excused herself, finding Rachel in the hallway with her iPad. Is this your... Alex? Rachel turned the screen to show a Forbes article. Alexander Chen, CEO of Chen Industries, goes undercover to understand his company's service division. Emma's heart stopped. The photo showed her mechanic boyfriend in an expensive suit at a corporate event. Alexander Chen. Billionaire, CEO, not a mechanic at all. Emma? Alex appeared behind her, his expression sheepish. I can explain. You're a CEO? Emma's voice came out strangled. You lied to me? Technically, I never said I was just a mechanic. I do work on cars. It's how I started the company, how I stay connected to the business. He ran a hand through his hair. I was doing research at that garage when you broke down. Everything else that happened today, that was real. The fake boyfriend thing was real? Emma crossed her arms, trying to process this. The boyfriend part became real the moment you smiled at me, Alex said quietly, stepping closer. Emma, I've spent all day being myself with you, not the CEO, not the billionaire, just me, and I haven't felt this genuinely happy in years. Emma's anger wavered. She thought about the man who'd fixed her car, who'd dropped everything to help a stranger, who'd made her laugh and feel beautiful and valued. That was real, regardless of his bank account. So what happens now, she asked. Alex smiled, that same mischievous grin from earlier. How about we stop pretending? Be my real girlfriend, Emma. Let me take you on an actual first date where I can properly tell you about my dual life as a CEO who still loves getting his hands dirty fixing engines. Emma looked at this impossible man, part mechanic, part billionaire, entirely unexpected. Only if you promise to always be this version of you, the one who helps stranded women and pretends to be their fake boyfriend. Deal, Alex said, pulling her close. Though technically I'm upgrading to real boyfriend now. As he kissed her, Emma heard her sister whisper to someone she asked a mechanic to be her fake boyfriend and ended up with a billionaire real one. That's the most Emma thing ever. Emma smiled against Alex's lips. Sometimes the best love stories started with a blown radiator hose and a kind stranger who turned out to be so much more than he seemed. Their story was just beginning. No more pretending required.